Hey guys, it's 𝗏𝗏𝗏, and today I'm just going to be making rooms for the alphas based on how much I like them in a sense, or how much I feel like they deserve. I won't be too mean, I promise, for the most part. So the first alpha that I'm gonna do, obviously, is Liza, because she is an unproblematic queen and also the best alpha by far. I think for her, I'm gonna go for the ancient tree because there is a specific section that I want to decorate. There's this nice, small, secluded area, and I feel like I have a good vision for this little room part. I think when I think of Liza, I think of very floral but also chill. This is a little too floral. I don't have that many Liza items, I only have 2, but I'm gonna use them just because they're her. So I'm gonna put her face in the very center, and then I'm gonna readjust this stage. Now the placement's gonna be a little bit funky, but like bear with me. Because this is her room, we're gonna add down some candles, because there are no incense, but candles are like the closest thing. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of stealing this idea from the den that I'm using right now. I have like almost the same exact setup, but like it's different, I promise. Now I think the only downside that I have to den check right now is it's harder for me to tell when the items are the same exact size. Like these 2 cushions, I had to adjust them to make them the same size, but it was kind of hard. That's just one sacrifice that I have to make for such a nice feature. Liza is a purple girl, so we have to get something purple in here. Oh wow, that gets really big. Now do I want this here or do I want the painting? I think it's kind of coming together. This window is so purple though, I feel like it's kind of ruining the vibe, so maybe I should find some other purple things that I have, like a rug or something. I want to do justice to her room, but like I can't do that if the den is ugly. This round rug that I totally forgot I had, I can just make it ginormous and put it in the center. Nobody make fun of my den decorating skills, I know they're not good. Am I crazy? Did I add too much? Does it look bad? When these weeping willows were first added to the game, I immediately thought of Liza, and I can make them huge. Another cool thing about den check is that you can just like push through the usual restrictive barriers that there are and just make it go even further. Now we need more green. This den isn't green enough. I say I like Liza and she's my favorite alpha, but I really don't know anything else about her other than she's chill and plants. Hear me out on this. Waterfall archway, but big. Okay, wait, do you see my vision? I feel like she'd be the type of person to have tapestry in her room, but like not one with a giant phantom on it. I feel like she'd do yoga, but I don't think I have any yoga things. I don't think she's a scholar, but she seems kind of analytical. She's like chill, but smart in that sense. Okay, after a few adjustments, it's time for the reveal of Liza's room. I decorated the outside a little bit just with some green, and if you come into this waterfall, here is her room, which you can barely see because this waterfall is so big. But if you come on the outside, you can see I added some books and a nice sitting area and a shelf, just cause. The main part of this entire room is her stage. I don't know, it seemed fitting. I added cushions because she seems like more of a cushion girl than a bed. Her room is tiny, but it's functional, which is her thing. There's chairs. Yeah. Now moving on, the next alpha I'm going to be doing is the emo child 𝘁𝗁𝗏, because I can't do any sort of Animal Jam alpha video without doing him. I need something that either A, has a night cycle, or B, is just perpetually dark. His 2 qualities. He's mean and dark. There is nothing good about him. I feel like he can live in like pretty bad conditions, and I think an underground room in the Twisted Treehouse would do him some good. But it's just dark and dusty, and I think it's the perfect ambience for him. Like, look at the floors, even they're dirty. It's perfect. There's so many ways I could go about this. I don't like 𝗁𝗏𝗏, but I also don't hate him, but I also don't like him. I don't know how I should feel about him. I have this spiky ball. I think he'd use this as a pillow, just to remind him of how sad his life is. This spa stack of towels looks scratchy, and it looks like there's a stain on it. I think that's fitting. I feel like he should just live in all this gunk and then just in the middle, there's this screen with all of his work. I have so many maps. Why? This one has to be crooked. It's him we're talking about. He doesn't have posable thumbs. I feel like he would like seeing his enemies in not so good situations. I just have a giant cage just right across from him so he doesn't get good sleep at night. I cannot. Why are there so many tortured phantoms in Animal Jam? This can't be legal, right? We'll add some caution cones. These are for liability purposes. See, I feel like it either be his room is full of really disturbing, scary things, or it's completely bare. It's one or the other, there is no in between. He deserves nothing more than a cardboard mat. Okay, so after a little bit of thinking, this is the room I ended up coming up with. As you can see, it's all creepy and foggy out. This is the closest thing I could come to a do not enter sign. And as you walk in, as you can see, it is a scattered mess in here. It's dusty, it's gross, it's messy. So in the first corner, here are his trapped phantoms. I feel like he has such a deep hatred for them. He just keeps them chained up as motivation. Don't mind the skull. Coming over here are some of the items that he's acquired on his adventures. Loot, a very disturbing black hole, and of course a giant sword. There's a bunch of scattered notes and papers and writings on the ground. And if you come to this corner, here's his very sad, hard bed. And then over here is some businessy type things. Maps and more maps. I mean, this is what he deserves. Now, the third and final alpha I'm gonna do is, of course, Peck. Now, Peck hasn't necessarily done anything for me to dislike her, but there's just something about her that irks me. I don't think I'll give her a room as dusty as Greely's, but she needs something. I was thinking of giving her a room underground in a creepy cave, but I guess I'll be nice and give her the painter's loft. Now, already this entire den screams her, but I think I'll just give her this upper area to do her room. If I'm gonna give this room to her, I'm doing it on my terms. So of course, because she's an artist, she needs to have a trash can, but we're going to make this trash can extremely large because all of her paintings are trash. Her bed consists of this painter's tarp, and we're gonna make it really small because she's a bunny. She'll fit, she'll be fine. We're gonna put her bed right next to her comically large trash can. When I think of her, I just think of so many colors that your eyes start burning. She'll have the sweet sounds of a paint mixer right above her head to lull her to sleep every night. Does she wear enough clothes to even have a drawer? Oh, I might do it. I so might do it. Okay, so Peck's room consists of her own personal void inside of an orb. I wanted to make her room so colorful with so much going on and so ugly that it hurts to look at, but also you can't look away. I kept most of it the same. I added all the default / painter's items. Her bed consists of not a couch, but a painter's tarp, and she sleeps with a paint can every night. She owns a giant trash can for her terrible art pieces, and she does pottery in the corner so she can reflect on her life choices up to now. This is the room she deserves. I wasn't gonna give her nothing, but I'm also not gonna make it look cute. But yes, guys, this was me decorating some of the Animal Jam Alphas dens. Comment down below if I should do a part 2 with the remaining alphas.
I don't know if I'll ever get to it.
And yeah, consider subscribing as it's a way to support me, or consider joining my pack. It is called Snowball Fight, and you're free to join and leave whenever.